Good afternoon and welcome back to the Papanui Club in Christchurch as we get set for our final event of these Summerset National Singles and Pairs, it being the men's singles. Our two participants, Ryan Burnett and Andrew Kelly. This is how they have got to this stage. Ryan Burnett overcoming Oliver Mason in the quarterfinals, 21-13, before beating Nicholas Tomset 21-13 also in the semi-finals. While Andrew Kelly, he had to play relatively late last night to overcome Ali Forsyth in an instant classic, 21-19. It finished before he overcame Dean Alger this morning, 21-5. The two finalists for our men's singles title, Andrew Kelly, having already played in a final today in the men's pairs, losing that contest to Ray Martin and Robbie Bennett, along with Richard Hocking, desperate to add a singles crown to his resume to go with two fours titles at the Nationals back in 2012 and 2014. He, of course, is an established blackjack. His opposite is a Scottish international, plays out of the Broadbeach Club in Australia, Ryan Burnett, age of 26, Andrew Kelly 30, so two relatively young singles finalists once more, after we saw a 24-year-old take out the women's singles. In fact, she also took out the women's pairs, that being Caitlin Inch, along with her pair's partner, Selena Goddard, earlier today. Ryan Burnett is Caitlin Inch's partner, so just trying to carry on from what Caitlin Inch has started by taking on two nationals. But as we say, a big good afternoon to Kevin Hicklin. What it would mean, of course, is that if Ryan Burnett wins, we'd have an international victor in the men's singles for what we believe would be the first time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Brendan, and going back through the records for a number of years, that we've had a look this morning, and I'm sure this is definitely would be the first time that that would have happened. And interesting, I have confirmed from the text I got earlier on that the Victoria Club in Wellington have won 7 national titles in 7 consecutive years, and they were Helen King who won the singles. Lee Griffin won the singles. Neville Rodder won the pairs, paired up with Gary Lawson. Lee Griffin then won the fours in 3 years, and Raymond Martin today winning the pairs. So the Victoria Club in Wellington, 7 national titles in 7 years.
Yeah, quite an achievement that is, of course.
Broadbeach
trying to go for 3 out of 4 of the national titles.
They are. Well, of course, Ryan Burnett is also a member at Oxford.
So Oxford also trying to go for 3 of 4 of the titles. Yes, scoured through the record books, and while internationals have won the women's title before, not the men's, at Kelsey Cottrell in 2016, and Malaysians taking out the title in 2007 and 2008. As we are underway now on the first end, we've had our trial ends. We've got Ryan Burnett with the blue bowls, Andrew Kelly with the familiar white. Of course, we saw Andrew Kelly play in his quarter-final against Ali Forsyth yesterday, which he managed to win in an absolute dramatic fashion. While also saw him feature in the pairs yesterday in 2 matches. Well, Ryan Burnett, it's the first time we've seen him on our television screens, but we've got to see a bit of him during the week, Kevin, and he's been pretty impressive.
Certainly is, and plays a very attacking game. He's, of course, out of Broadbeach. You'll watch him very close. If you watch him closely, it's sort of like Ryan Bester version 2, as he, the way how he plays, he certainly plays very, very quickly, and is very much an attacking player as well. So we're going to see, I think, a pretty good match between these two. I'm hoping so. Andrew Kelly, of course, has been very impressive, and I thought his play yesterday and in winning that game against Ali Forsyth, I thought he was convincing in the way how he played the game, actually, because he made Ali Forsyth work for every shot. As I watched Ryan Burnett reach up to the head, and he will do that all day. He's that sort of player. He's so much like so many of the English players, and that's a 3 he's holding right now. They like playing the push and prod game. They certainly aren't frightened to. They back themselves to attack the head. And as we watch now, the Andrew Kelly bowl breaking down towards the head, and as Kelly drawing the shot, he has in fact drew right on top of the jack.
Yeah, the Canterbury club, he'll have the hometown support here. Wanting to do the measure though is Ryan Burnett. Not just willing to concede this to Andrew Kelly.
Yeah, I think Andrew Kelly be at the end of the day one down, or Kelly's got the mat. He's confident that he's got the shot. 3 down then after the Ryan Burnett run shot, and good result either way for Andrew Kelly. And all right, so out comes the second attempt at the measure.
Obviously a lot closer than it looks from first glance. So Andrew Kelly now on his knees to see if he has got it, but you're dead right, he was down 3, so either way, if he's up 1 or down 1, it's going to be a pretty good result considering he could have dropped 3 on the first end.
So talking to Dean Elgar just after the game in the clubhouse afterwards, as Dean Elgar remarked to me that the draw play of Andrew Kelly's on that semi-final this morning was just outstanding. He said here comes umpire, first in.
Well, shows the importance of this first point on the board. And so the umpire coming in. We've got umpires Wendy Sutty and Vincent Cheer. Brent Cameron is our marker. He's overseeing things as well. For this men's singles final, Ryan Burnett, Scotsman, Andrew Kelly, now based out of Canterbury by way of North Otago.
Of course, Ryan Burnett comes from a very good Scottish David Burnett. Is his uncle, I think it is, and he's been a long time Scottish international, playing with the likes of Alex Marshall, Paul Foster, and recently played in the world side that played at Moama, played the Australian side.
So it is, after all that, Andrew Kelly. So Andrew Kelly on the board first. 1-0, he leads Ryan Burnett in this race to 21 men's singles final.
And I can confirm that David Burnett has already been announced as the part of the Scottish side who will be on the Gold Coast as part of the Scottish, very powerful Scottish men's side with Alex Marshall and Paul Foster. Very strong side. And David Burnett will be part of that side.
Ryan Burnett doing the honours on the scoreboard as well. He felt a bit hard done by. He would have watched the match between Caitlin Inch and Joe Edwards where they had their own scoreboard attendant. Not so for the men, it seems.
Good opening bowl by Andrew Kelly. Just slides past the jack. Definitely good opening bowl. Another and good opening bowl by Ryan Burnett. Just going to go by. Good weight. So here we'll have Andrew Kelly again playing his second bowl. And the marker, Brent Cameron. And he'll keep us informed as we watch this second Andrew Kelly bowl breaking towards the head, down towards the jack. Sits directly on the centre line. And Ryan Burnett, quick as a flash as bowls underway. He's an exceptionally quick player.
Yeah, a lot of his singles matches when they've been played on the same green that we've been broadcasting from have been over in a flash, obviously down to his brilliant play, but also the speed he plays at as well. Once he's on the mat, he delivers with, as Kevin says, within a flash. Andrew Kelly's not slow, but in comparison to Ryan Burnett, he's pedestrian.
Well, the important thing for Andrew Kelly, and this has been the thing with the New Zealand players who play so much in Australia, is to be careful not to get into the Australian delivery mode, because there's a number of the players there, Aaron Sheriff, Aaron Wilson, they're very, very quick on the mat in their delivery, and it's important that New Zealanders stick to their style, their play.
Not far away at all there was Ryan Burnett, just sliding past the jack. So he's playing with that attacking weight, trying to trail the jack back to one of his blue bowls. It was sitting out to this left-hand side and away from the white bowls of Andrew Kelly.
Andrew Kelly, of course, now very, very impressive event, and would certainly has told the New Zealand selectors with semi-finalist in the pairs and now the finalist in the singles that, well, I'm there, that's for sure. As we watch this bowl of Andrew Kelly's now break down towards the jack, if it gets under the Ryan Burnett bowl, and it will, and sits inside the jack line, and
that's the shot. So one and a measure, I think the marker Brent Cameron was indicating. Well, yeah, certainly. It was actually a final of the pairs, wasn't it? Beaten finalists, so runners up.
Finalists, sorry.
So two finalists. Two finals he's made. Andrew Kelly now trying to steal the end from Kelly is the Scotsman Ryan Burnett, and he's not far away from again dragging the jack away. But it'll be another single to Andrew Kelly. We may have a measure again, will we? Or just happy with just the one? I think we're just happy with just the one.
It is just the one.
And we now have a scoreboard attendant to help out the men as well, as we did for the women earlier. So it is now Andrew Kelly 2, leading Ryan Burnett of Scotland 0.
Also, you notice with Ryan Burnett, you'll notice, as we've seen now on both ends played, that he'll certainly hunt the jack with that sort of yard of weight where they play the line to get to the jack or the bowls, whereas so many of our New Zealand players, they would call what I'd call the arc, the draw play. So many of these players will play bowl by Andrew Kelly, draws right alongside the jack. So many of the UK players, English, the Scots, and of course some of the Australians play that narrower line with a yard of weight to get down to the jack. They do it very, very well. So we see Burnett bowl just go past the head. And Andrew Kelly, he's a very strong-minded player. He'll just stick to his job. Of course, beaten 2 years ago in Dunedin in the final by Shannon McElroy. As Andrew Kelly bowl drops by.
Like so many have in men's singles action, been beaten by Shannon McElroy, but we saw his mental strength yesterday, didn't we, Kevin, in his quarter-final against Ellie Forsyth, which was a real dogfight. Forsyth came back into the match a couple of times. Andrew Kelly looked like he was on match point, then denied. Looked like he was going to win, then denied by Ellie Forsyth.
He certainly, I thought, played very well insofar as that Ellie Forsyth so often went to change the length by moving the mat up the green or shorter ends, but Andrew Kelly just stuck to what he was best at and did it very, very well. Bowled by Kelly, and Ms. Burnett quickly on the drive, 2 down on the head, looking for the jack. Got the bowl, got one of the bowls, and it's the front bowl Andrew Kelly's remained shot and did it very, very well. Of course, Ryan Burnett, we covered yesterday his game playing with Mike Kernahan and the peers right out in front of us here when they are up against Jordan King and Nathan Glasson. And we saw, of course, a convincing win by Jordan King and Nathan Glasson. And it'd be fair to say that Ryan Burnett did struggle to get his line in the windy conditions. It was pretty tough out there. I'll be the first to admit that. But on that particular game, Nathan Glasson, the opposing lead, was certainly got on top. But today, there's no wind of any consequence to cause any, not yesterday, no wind at all really. Pretty tranquil conditions.
Yeah, good conditions for finals day. I know all the players are relieved it's been the case as well. Didn't want the wind determining the outcome of these finals matches. Allowed it to just go being a head-to-head battle between the players, and that's what it's been.
So Ryan Burnett trying to get down to the Andrew Kelly bowl, sat on top of it, tapped the bowl, in fact, and it'll be a 1.
Yeah, so actually I think I was awarded a 3 on the previous end.
It was.
Which was certainly given as, I thought was a 1 to start with, but went over as a 3, so that is now 5-0. Andrew Kelly leading, so just a 1 on that end, but a 3 on the previous. So
because they certainly can see that end very quickly, didn't they? That last end up happy, and they so yeah. So Andrew Kelly now the 30-year-old, and as said by Brenton, winner of the 4s on 2 occasions.
Yeah, 2012 and 2014. Been a runner-up in the singles, as you mentioned, 2 years ago. Runner-up in the pairs today. I think he was runner-up in 4s last year, wasn't he? He was in the
Mike Kernahan side. That's correct. Of Wellington.
Yeah, lost to Dean Elgar.
Dropping a 6 on the second to last end, or a 5 or a 6 on the second to last end.
Yeah, he's been a runner-up a few times at these nationals. Shows his consistency though. He's always around the business end of these tournaments.
So here is Kelly now on his backhand, playing up towards the clubhouse, leading 5-0, 5-0, leading in the race to 21. This is a good bowl from Andrew Kelly, that you draw in jack level, and that's his strength, just that draw, a beautiful delivery. And he was going to be far away on his line, the way Harris' delivery is. And Mike Kernan and I, in fact, spoke about that this morning. That there's Caitlin Inch's mascot, got the cup. As she walks back to sit down with Caitlin, she's got the New Zealand Singles Cup firmly in her grasp. Sits down on the grass to watch now the men's singles with the Singles Cup in front of it. She was the carrier of the cup. So here's another bowl from Kelly, and he's going to draw in front of the jack. And this is the strength of Kelly, his draw play, holding 2 shots as indicated by Brent Cameron, the marker. Sun now out, not warmer now. This bowler, Ryan Burnett, is it going to come inside? Now it's going on the outside line of the jack.
Certainly is much more pleasant conditions, Kevin, than it was earlier today. It was a bit chillier. Chill mostly gone out of the air. It's more warm weather for the fans and also the players to enjoy it, and certainly nothing like yesterday when you had blustery winds coming across the green here at Papanui Club in Christchurch.
So here now is the Andrew Kelly bowl, which is going to slip under the head and sit outside that, in fact, covers accidentally where one of the Ryan Burnett bowls is, and Burnett now needs to draw the shot, definitely down on the head. It's on its way, looks to be on the line inside, which it really needs to be to get the shot itself, and he will. Sat on inside the Andrew Kelly bowl, and made shot of it.
And he's on the board. There's Ryan Burnett on the fourth end. So it's now Andrew Kelly leading Ryan Burnett 5-1. 5-1 in this first 221 men's singles final. Last able-bodied event of these Summerset National Singles and Fours. Of course, we still have some finals ongoing, and the Sable Bowls here, a couple on the same green, and a couple more to follow as well after this one.
So here's Ryan Burnett on his backhand, playing down towards the club, the Papanui club, and pulls up just short, but on the jack line, right on the centre line. So Andrew Kelly, now he'll play down on his backhand following the Ryan Burnett bowl. And you'll see the Kelly bolt will certainly get more draw at the end as it comes back towards the head, but will it come back far enough? It was coming back, but just short on weight to get to the centre line. So
is there any surprise as soon as Caitlin Inch sat down and came ringside? Her partner picked up a shot, got on the board, Ryan Burnett. And now very much in this contest, Andrew Kelly picked up the first 5 shots of this men's singles final.
So holding the shot would be Ryan Burnett. So Andrew Kelly now will play, now changing to his forehand. Doesn't want to get in contact, obviously, with that bowl. There's the photo of the singles, which Caitlin Inch, that could get filled up with something tonight at the Oxford Bowling Club, Brendan. There's a chance, I would say.
It'd be rude not to. I'd say it should be a couple of trophies that
There's a couple
Caitlin
of
Inch
trophies to fill up, isn't there?
can take down there, and perhaps Ryan Burnett will too. Wearing his Broadbeach Bulls jacket up against the black-clad Andrew Kelly. Plays out of the Canterbury Club here in Christchurch.
So it goes by. Does the bowler Ryan Burnett, and here's on his forehand again is Andrew Kelly. Tamara down there, green side. It's going to get past the bowl. No, it won't. Definitely holding one, the jack level bowl. And Burnett, all you'd think he's got really is the draw as he makes his way back to the mat. He's on his forehand. Andrew Kelly definitely holding. He's down at the head as Andrew Kelly looking. Bowl's going to pull up short. Just falls over, but won't change anything.
It shouldn't do. By the looks of our screen anyway. Andrew Kelly holding one.
5-1 Andrew Kelly leading in this race to 21. Remembering earlier on we saw Caitlin Inch win the women's singles over Joe Edwards, and we saw Raymond Martin and Robbie Bennett win the pairs over Andrew Kelly and Richard Hocking, and Caitlin Inch and her partner Selena Goddard defeat Claire Hendra and Taylor Bruce in the final of the women's pairs. So you watch this fourth bowl of Andrew Kelly's now breaking in towards the head. It's a good bowl from Kelly, drew round the front bowl, and we'll see it's 2 at the marker, Mark Cameron.
So another 2 for Andrew Kelly. So 7-1, he now leads Ryan Burnett in this first 221 matchup, men's singles final here at the Summerset National Singles and Pairs at the Papanui Club in Christchurch. An impressive start from the Blackjacks representative against the Scottish International. And Ryan Burnett, of course, brother of Darren Burnett, who's very much a regular in the Scottish team.
Correct, Darren. As we watch the opening bowl of Andrew Kelly's very good opening bowl, sits right on the centre line. And here is Ryan Burnett, brother of Darren Burnett, a Scottish player, on a good line. Just going to question, is the weight going to get him all the way? No, it's not. And of course, Ryan Bester, in fact, won a national title here on these greens, and it was in 2008 with Bruce McNish, Krista Leave, and Nick Butter. They beat the Scott family, Sean Scott, Jim Scott, Terry Scott, and Steve O'Driscoll in the final on the front green out here.
Yeah, so internationals have taken home men's titles before, but it's our belief that no one's ever taken home a men's singles title from overseas. And Ryan Burnett trying to do just that. He's made it all the way to the final. He made it through the quarterfinals of the men's pairs with Mike Kernahan, who's a multiple national champion, of course.
So here is Andrew Kelly leading 7-1 in the race to 21 and holding the shot. And another good bowl here from Kelly. I've been impressed with his drawing to date, certainly yesterday. And that's what Dean Elgar said to me this morning, well, after his morning game. And just too good. And is he going to get a lucky slide to the jack? See what the marker has to say.
Might have just taken the shot off Andrew Kelly here. Very close. Yeah, the marker's not as willing with his indications as the marker from the women's singles final.
Just looking on the monitor, you'd think that the Andrew Kelly bowl's straight on to the jack, whereas the Ryan Burnett bowl's got a wee bit of an angle to the jack. But I think we'll see. So change of hand from Andrew Kelly. It tends for me to think that he's holding the shot. Of course, if he was to turn his own over or get to the jack on this forehand side, it's all to his advantage because he's got a couple just in behind as his bowl breaks towards the head. That was a great attempt by Andrew Kelly to get a touch on the jack.
Yeah, see what he was trying to do. Didn't just want one, he wanted three. He was not far away from trailing that, taking it to those other white bowls of his.
So Ryan Burnett makes his way back in the Broad Beach Bulls jacket. Good crowd in here. It was a great crowd this morning for the Joe Edwards game, that's for sure. Been a good crowd right throughout the day here. So I'm picking Ryan Burnett to be playing to try to turn his blue bowl over to make shot of it, and it's on line to do so. There's a good bowl from Ryan Burnett. How he gets enough of it, he does. Turns it over for shot. That'll be 1-2 Burnett.
Yeah, Andrew Kelly hands the mat over, so 7-2 it'll now be in the race to 21 as Ryan Burnett picks up his second shot of this contest. So great play, great bowl from Burnett. Did exactly what he needed to, just promote his previous bowl. Was right alongside the Kelly shot bowl. That was enough to turn it over a couple of times to grab the shot.
So are underway in this race to 21, and this the last of the pairs and singles here at Summerset National Championships. Good opening bowl here by Ryan Burnett. Just drifts by the jack. So Andrew Kelly on his forehand. I know how much he wants to win a singles title. He certainly wants that singles title in his bag. Plays this bowl, which is going to be come up short. That would be shot looking on the monitor. As you said, Brendan, the Brent Cameron not quite as generous in telling us exactly what's what.
Yeah, more guessing work, unfortunately, that leaves to us in the commentary box, where we have slightly deceiving camera angles as that one just slides past from Ryan Burnett. Playing with that weight, that's trying to move the jack back towards his first bowl. Shakes his head back of the mat behind Andrew Kelly, who's quick to work with his second.
So Andrew Kelly draw into that gap, and he's going to draw on top of his own first bowl. You can see where that draw line is in between the Andrew Kelly bowl and the blue Ryan Burnett bowl.
I'd be surprised if Ryan Burnett does anything different. He wasn't far away with his last.
Trying to get to the jack or that bowl. He looks close to the jack here, gets a feather on the jack, falls in. One would think that would be shot, Brendan. Fell in, you would think. Having a look.
Yeah, there we go. Indication comes up that Andrew Kelly still holding shot. Just one though.
Oh, there's a good chance here for Kelly now. Quite safe to draw down and try and rest on that of the Ryan Burnett bolt. And behind the head, it was on that wider arc line. It's Andrew Kelly gets on his bowls, breaking down towards the head now. It's got the weight to get all the way. Not quite going to get to where he wanted.
Yeah, he almost threw his towel in disgust, because while I think it's enough for the second shot, it's not where he wanted it. He wanted to sit in front of or on the Burnett bowl.
Well, Burnett had been very close coming down on that side of the rink to getting a touch on the jack, and he just missed it. Well, in fact, he touched the jack with his third bowl. So again, he'll persevere. No, it looks as though he's going on the backhand drive, and he is. He's on the drive, trying to get down to the bowls, and got some out, but not the shot bowl, one would think.
Yeah, he got two out, so he got the outside of one, knocked away two. Coming to have another look as the marker now, indicating that it's one to Ryan Burnett. So he did get away the two shot bowls, well executed by the Scotsman. Now Andrew Kelly with the final say of this end. Can he just draw like he did the last two and grab the shot back? This is on a wider line, more weight as well. I think he's overcompensated here. It's not going to come back in time. So that should be one to Ryan Burnett. He's kept hold of the mat, and one is indicated by the marker. So another single to Ryan Burnett on the seventh end. There's now Andrew Kelly 7, leading Ryan Burnett 3. And this first to 21 men's singles final here at the Papanui Club in Christchurch on the final day of the Summerset National Singles and Pairs.
And of course, we'll be back with, we'll have the Trans-Tasman Test coverage the first week in February. Brendan and I will be on the Gold Coast doing with Ben, doing the coverage of that match, or that Test series. And then, of course, in late February, we've got then the National Championships, National Fours Championships, Summerset Fours in Tauranga. Now, I think the entries are still open for that. They are. Mark just nodded to me. So if anyone wants to make up a fours team, composite side, whatever, please get you. And Mark Cameron, the CEO, is looking for a player. Well, they're looking for a team. Right, he's looking for 3 players actually. But so if anyone wants to get your entry in for the Summerset National Fours in the beautiful Bay of Plenty in the Tauranga, with the headquarters at the Mount Maunganui Club, beautiful new complex on the multi-sports complex there at Mount Maunganui. Get your entry in and you'll be guaranteed a good few days on in the Mount, and we'll be covering that as well.
Ryan Burnett again playing that Australian style you've mentioned, brought the mat right up, playing towards the ditch. Jack pretty much on the tee.
So here is the Kelly bolt now. Breaks down towards the head. It's too quick, I think, isn't it? It is going to sit up on the ditch, close to the ditch board. It does. So Ryan Burnett will be quickly into his work. He is on the backhand. Playing down towards the club end here, down towards the commentary position. Breaking down towards the head now. Looks pretty good, this bowl of Burnett's. And indicating from the marker, yeah, that's one. Now, because Andrew Kelly, if he can get a touch here, as the bowl just fell over then, but trying to get under the bowl to draw the shot. Well, Andrew Kelly, it's on its way, breaking down towards the head now. How's the weight as it comes down towards the head? And we'll see what the marker indicates here. And still 1-2 Ryan Burnett. But let's see what happens here, Brendan, because there is a chance for Andrew Kelly, if Ryan Burnett was to skip away under the head, that he can possibly make a couple of this, 3 of this.
Yeah, it's all dependent on this bowl from Ryan Burnett. He'll know exactly what Andrew Kelly's going to do, so no doubt we'll want to either get one right on the jack or one amongst the Andrew Kelly bowls, which is at the bottom of screen.
He's gone well under the line, and it's going to, so Andrew Kelly's up here having a look at the head, what he can play.
So you think there's a possible port to come through here, Kevin, where he can maybe trail the jack back to these 2 white bowls bottom of screen? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, that's it. Looking at his options, or I'm not sure whether there's 2 down there. It looks as though he was 1 down. I didn't see any change from Brent Cameron.
Yeah, it should only be 1 down looking at this, isn't it? Obviously angles are deceiving, but the bowl to the right of screen is the shot bowl. We think the second is the one just in front of that, the white bowl of Andrew Kelly.
Well, even if Andrew Kelly was to turn his bowl over, and yeah, he is changing as we just spoke about, Brendan. He can turn his own bowl over here, or if he can get to the jack. So it's on its way. The Andrew Kelly bowl playing with weight to get the jack, that's for sure, and he's close to it. Got the jack back.
Oh, it should be 3 potentially here. Didn't get the slice he wanted with the jack, wanted to get a more solid contact on it, but that should be 3. Wait for the marker to put up the lollipops on 2.
Ryan Burnett indicated the 2. That was a good shot by Andrew Kelly, having the last bowl advantage there, and took the option when the Ryan Burnett last bowl didn't go into the counting zone of the head.
Yeah, got an unfortunate slice there, didn't he, on the jack. Went away from his bowls rather than followed with it, and because of that it was the 2 rather than 3. Still well executed by Andrew Kelly as he turned a 1 down into a 2 up with the final bowl of the end, and he now leads by 6 in this first 21 matchup, men's singles final here at the National Singles and Pairs final day here at the Papanui Club in Christchurch.
So we hope you're enjoying this coverage that we're bringing to you and have been for the last couple of days, and been a pleasure to bring this coverage to you. And of course, big thank you to the team of Ben, Tamara, Alex, of course, and Claudia, who've done a wonderful job in bringing all this together. They do all the work. Done a wonderful job in getting all this up and running. So Andrew Kelly has disappeared.
Yeah, so Ryan Burnett says, well, I'm going to have a sit down then.
Sit down,
So
smoke
right to the left of our camera at the top of screen. Ryan Burnett just having a bit of a sit, where I think Andrew Kelly may be just having a nature break.
So of course, as Brendan said before, Andrew Kelly earlier on today in the final of the men's peers with his partner Richard Hocking going down to Roman Martin and Robbie Bennett of Wellington. As we watch now, Andrew Kelly on his forehand, leading 9-3 in the race to 21 over the 26-year-old Ryan Burnett from the Broadbeach Club, and of course former Scottish under-25 representative. So definitely Kelly holding. Ryan Burnett playing his second. Question how that weight is though. So how far is it going to run? That should better be shot, I would say.
Yeah, 1-2. Ryan Burnett's, here's the marker. Marker here for this final, Brent Cameron. And I really appreciate all the volunteers from the Papanui Club who have made this all happen. Be it the markers, the umpires,
Caterers?
the KO, yeah, the men and ladies in the kitchen. Absolutely fantastic. Had my first date scone today after a steady diet of cheese scones for the rest of these Summerset National Singles and Pairs.
So here is Ryan Burnett now after Andrew Kelly drew the shot. Behind the jack, who watched the Ryan Burnett bowl now, breaking into the head, trying to get down to the jack. It's close to the jack, close to getting the shot, goes around the corner. Andrew Kelly having a look.
Yeah, not much in it. Again, Cameron's not going to give much away.
No, there's no
Players sorted
movement.
out. Put the lollipop up, Brent Cameron, when he needs to at the end of this end after two more bowls, one from Andrew Kelly, one from Ryan Burnett.
Hand stain very still as we watch Andrew Kelly now in the black polo and shorts and the white cap. And I'm sure when that New Zealand side is announced tomorrow, Andrew Kelly, following on from playing in the multi-nations and Trans-Tasman, has certainly put his hand up big time with his results here over the last 7 or 8 days.
Oh, absolutely, making two finals. You can't ask for anything more than that. He's outperformed all of the other Blackjacks men by quite some distance.
So here's Ron Burnett on the charge, trying to get the shot bowl, and
went through a small gap. It's actually harder to find the gap than find the bowl there. Very unfortunate, Ryan Burnett. So it should be one more to the tally for Andrew Kelly. And it is 10-3. Now Andrew Kelly leading Ryan Burnett in the race to 21. Of course, this is the men's singles final. The Summerset National Singles and Pairs. The final day of this tournament, 7th day of competition. Hundreds of matches, all culminating with today's finals. And this is the last of them for the able-bodied. Of course, we've still got some disabled finals to come. We've got 3 disabled semi-finals taking place at the moment.
So here is the first Andrew Kelly bowl, just going to pull up underneath the jack line. Ryan Burnett, quick as a flash, his first bowl on the backhand. It's underway on the delivery up towards here in the commentary position. And Andrew Kelly, the stage in 10-3. And Ryan Burnett draws and falls in. And picking that'll be shot virtually at a jack level. Andrew Kelly now again on that backhand. 3/4 length head. Breaks up towards the head. It's on a pretty good line. How's the weight as it breaks down towards the head now? This looks pretty good, this bowl of Andrew Kelly's, and draws inside the Ryan Burnett bowl. Makes shot of it for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if Ryan Burnett's been in this situation at these Summerset National singles and pairs, and singles action anyway. That's a great reply, a toucher from Ryan Burnett.
Great reply by the Scottish player. We'll see a change of hand now from Andrew Kelly. Will come to his forehand, try and reach up to the shot bowl, which is sitting right on the jack. Kelly will try to get some turn down to get to the jack. It looks as though it's going to run on the wide side, and it will. So Ryan Burnett holding one, trailing 10-3 in the race to 21.
This sort of stretch behind the mat from Andrew Kelly. It's been a big couple of days from him. Played 4 times yesterday. Ryan Burnett just had to play a couple. 3 times in fact, I think he did, didn't he? He played his pairs match and a couple of singles matches.
So here we'll have Kelly again endeavouring to reach up on the forehand to the shot bowl and jack, which is sitting right on top of one another. And he's certainly got a narrower line as it breaks down towards the head now. Just going to go by, but a great attempt. He wasn't far away, that's for sure, getting a really, really good result.
Certainly wasn't far away. Great effort from Andrew Kelly. And he is comparing the schedules that these two have had the last couple of days. So Andrew Kelly played the extra game yesterday, and this is Andrew Kelly's 3rd game of the day. He's played a pairs final, singles semi-final against Dean Alger. He lost the first pairs final, won the singles semi-final, of course, to get here. This is the first game for Ryan Burnett for some 24 hours.
So here is watching this Ryan Burnett bowls. They're going to sit inside. Well played, Ryan Burnett. 2 lovely draw bowls.
Yeah, the first time he scored a multiple on an end. They'll be welcomed for Ryan Burnett. So 10-5 the score. Andrew Kelly leading Ryan Burnett of Scotland in this men's singles final. 1st to 21, of course, at the Summerset National singles and pairs.
So jack's been delivered down towards the main road, or Papanui Club end, in this race to 21. Of course, thanks to Summerset, a major sponsor of this Summerset National singles and pairs. Certainly your contribution helps greatly to make these events as good as they are, and our appreciation to Summerset for their sponsorship. So here is now Andrew Kelly breaking down towards the head, urging it on to get down towards the jack, and it does. Sits just on the centre line. Playing very consistent The draw is Andrew Kelly, certainly not losing his line.
Took two pretty decent bowls from Burnett to get the better of Andrew Kelly on the last to pick up his first multiple. Burnett, after 3 singles on the 4th, 6th and 7th ends, picking up a 2 on the 10th. And it'll be welcomed. Cuts that deficit from 7 to 5. And it's just touching on, as we see, another good bowl from Andrew Kelly, who actually knocks his front toucher slightly, or not toucher, but near toucher, front shot bowl. So slides by.
So that's 2 to Andrew Kelly at this stage. You want this bowler, Ryan Burnett, getting down to the jack, and he does. He sits just inside the Andrew Kelly bowl.
That's 1 now to Ryan Burnett. Mark up Brent Cameron indicating.
So is Kelly, he is going to change his hand now and try and play down on that backhand to try and rest the blue bowl, push the blue bowl 2 rolls out of the head. Breaking down towards the head now. Andrew Kelly's looking closely at it as it gets down towards the head. Turns his bowl over, just goes by. Certainly got 3 sitting around close proximity to the jack, although he's 1 down on the head and leading 10-5 in the race to 21.
Yeah, of course, he was trying to sit on that bowl of Burnett's. Unfortunately for him, he sat on his own.
So Ryan Burnett, he'll play the forehand, holding the shot, trying to get another bowl. In close. This is bowled now. He's played another good bowl. How far is it going to go though? Got a feather on the bowl and go past. Let's see what the marker has to say. I think it still remains the 1.
Yeah, it shouldn't change the situation. That he's got just a touch on that short bowl of Andrew Kelly's and then slid through and missed the jack.
So Ryan Burnett holding 1. Kelly will come down. Andrew Kelly will come down again. The man from Pukuri down in Oamaru, where he first started playing his bowls at a club that no longer exists. His parents are trotting trainers down there, and of course his brother Patrick also plays here in Christchurch at the Canterbury Club. Trying to get down to this counting bowl. Played it with more weight, but going to go outside the line that he wanted.
So 1 more to Ryan Burnett. Scotsman scores again. So it's now Andrew Kelly leading Ryan Burnett 10-6. 10-6 in the race to 21. Men's singles final here at the Papanui Club in Christchurch. See the crowds in attendance here, and they've stayed throughout the day, which has been great. I was humming for the women's singles final. That New Zealand showdown, the Blackjack showdown. Joe Edwards taking on Caitlin Inch. Caitlin Inch going on to take that women's singles title. It's a thrilling match, but going on to win that in a final score of 21-15. Her 2nd national title of the day after she claimed the pairs with Selena Goddard in the morning, beating Claire Hendra and Taylor Bruce. Her partner is Ryan Burnett, so what a day it could be for those two if they can take away 3 of the 4 national titles from these Summerset national singles and pairs.
Certainly would be. And as far as the TAB is concerned, of course, Caitlin Inch would have been in both events one of the favourites, and as would Ryan Burnett have been in the singles. So really the odds set by the TAB the, not saying the favourites, but certainly one of the most, all the favoured combinations or individuals certainly have made their way through to the respective finals and have turned it on.
Yeah, I think a few that certainly haven't though, and think about especially the men's pairs, the likes of Gary Lawson, Ali Forsyth combination. I think a lot of people would expect them to have gone deep in the men's pairs.
Absolutely, and you know that could have been looked at as a disappointing result. It was Gary Lawson, good bowl here from Burnett, going to sit right alongside the jack, and that's just the one. And of course, Gary Lawson lost to Ryan Burnett, 21-9, I think the score was. So that Mike Kernahan made the last 8 of the pairs, got beaten in the singles in about the 3rd round of post-section play. So not a good and a good performance by Andrew Kelly for sure. Raymond Martin, a very good performance. I think is in the development squad. Let's just hope they're been in about 3 weeks' time. Whoever those 5 are, both the men and the women, that they're all switched on to try and win the Trans-Tasman event. As we watch Ryan Burnett definitely holding one as indicated by the marketplace. His last bowl with Andrew Kelly leading 10-6. 10-6 in the race to 21. And this bowl here from Burnett would go close to counting, I would say.
Well, Ryan Burnett will be one of those who will be at Broadbeach for the Trans-Tasman. Won't be playing, but will certainly be there. Plays, of course, out of that Broadbeach club. And he's holding a couple of shots here as Andrew Kelly makes his way back to the mat after assessing the situation. He knows what he has to play. Now can he execute?
So looks as though Kelly is going to play with weight to the shot bowl. The jack or the bowl goes past now. Got one, and has it gone right out? He'll hope it has.
I don't think it has.
I don't think
maybe
it
just.
It is.
It is out. So from our angle, looking at it live, it looks in, but obviously our angle was not a good angle because it was out. So well executed by Andrew Kelly. We'll replay that end and try again.
So got the result.
They're going to play to from a different side though. They're not going to carry their bowls back. Going to play back from this commentary position end.
Marcus sprints down because the jack was already on its way, and just want to make sure it didn't run into the mat, which was still laying on the ground there.
Yeah, I think it's sometimes almost a challenge that the players are laying down to see if they can beat the jack, can beat the marker down.
So yeah, well, we've seen some examples of that. The bowl there from Ryan Burnett. You always see some comical sights.
And you can see why he wanted to get on with his work and play down this way, because look at that bowl. He has really stepped it up the last few ends, Ryan Burnett.
Sitting right in behind the jack. Andrew Kelly goes narrow, looking to try and find the wind like the yachties look to see where the breeze had come from.
Andrew Kelly certainly set the standard in this final. There's no doubt about that. Out to a 7-1 lead after 5 ends.
Another good bowl by Ryan Burnett. Sits down alongside the jack area. Another very, very good bowl.
And 10-3 after 9 ends. But 2 and a 1 for Burnett. Made it a 4-point game in this race to 21. And he started very, very well on this, the replayed 12th end.
And of course now Kelly overcorrected on that line after his first bowl. Sort of hung underneath the head and went really out on the wide side and didn't come back with the marker indicating 2. Well, in fact, it'll be 3 in but a moment, I would imagine, as we watch this bowl of Ryan Burnett's. Oh, may not be. Went well deep into the back of the head. So here's Kelly again now on his forehand, definitely 2 down.
Playing with weight, attacking here, and forced to make the move after 2 disappointing first bowls, and now he's in a real problem because he's come up empty there. Nothing in the area, and even though that last bowl from Ryan Burnett wasn't really in the area, might even still be counting, you know.
Could well be, Brendan, the bowl at the back of the head, and I'm sure this one will, as it breaks in towards the head now. That'll certainly count. And what does Andrew Kelly do here now?
So 3 indicated by the marker, so that back one must not be counting. And Andrew Kelly simply has to get something close. Has to get at least a 3rd, but looks like he's attacking again.
Going for the jack or the bowls. He breaks down towards the head now. Got 2 of them, I think. It may well only be the one down now.
He is indeed. That's a great bowl by Andrew Kelly. So he rolled the dice. He backed himself to play with weight again. So it's just 1 to Ryan Burnett. It's now 10-7. Andrew Kelly leading the Scotsman in this men's singles final here at the Papanui Club in Christchurch. This is the final day of the Summerset Nationals singles and pairs, and this is the last of the able-bodied event. We've got some disabled events to finish up, some parasport events, and then we will be done and we will be leaving the Papanui Club, which have been wonderful hosts of this tournament for the last week.
There's a brave shot really by Andrew Kelly. Marker indicating he was 3 down, but he backed himself to get the result, which he did. 10-7 now in this race to 21. Of course, earlier we saw Caitlin Inch defeat Joe Edwards by 21 to 15 in the women's final. Watch now, Andrew Kelly playing up towards us here in the commentary position, and about a 3/4 length head. The Ryan Burnett bowl would be about a metre in front, and Kelly draws right in behind the jack, and I hear the Canterbury guys under my left here applaud the draw shot of Andrew Kelly. It's Ryan Burnett now down on the head. Andrew Kelly would certainly like to get back into the scoring mode. A 2, a 1 and a 1 against him.
Yeah, very much could have been a 2, a 1 and a 3 though. He'll know that, so instead of being just 10-9 up, he's 10-7 up, so he's still got a bit of breathing space, but he'll want to keep the pressure on Ryan Burnett and just withstand this little onslaught from the Scot if he can.
We've also seen, Brendan, how quickly Ryan Burnett can finish a game, and I don't think we'll see, may not see a draw shot here.
Look at those 2 bowls from Andrew Kelly. That's left Ryan Burnett only one option in his mind, and that's the drive, and here it comes. Is it going to find the target? No, it's not.
Gone by.
Comes under the line. He'll have another attempt at that. What will Andrew Kelly do first, though?
So I'm picking Andrew Kelly will stay. And he is. He's going to stay on his forehand. Draws underneath the blue bolt of Ryan Burnett. Gets on a straight line. Gets back to that centre line. Really makes it just a 1-bowl target on the drive. As we watch this 3rd bowl of Andrew Kelly's, and he's under, as we predicted, to get under that bowl, to get to the centre line, just to make the drive harder, and he sits clean on the centre line.
That's a great ball to do that, to get in the way of the drive. Now having to play more of a runner here to get around that front bowl was Ryan Burnett. I don't think he likes it. He's just come under the line the other way around now.
Well played by Andrew Kelly at that third bowl. Whether he deliberately went to go there, I'm not sure, but it certainly tightened the head up in his favour, that's for sure.
Well, we've got to give him the credit, I think. The way he has been drawing, I wouldn't put it against him.
So, can he add to the head now with this last bowl? Just breaking down towards the head now. Has to get past this front one cleanly all the way past, and it does.
And that will be three. Three to Andrew Kelly.
See what the marker confirms for us.
Four, in fact.
Four
so
it was.
Front bowl counted as well. So huge end from Andrew Kelly as he scores the maximum. And now he doubles up. Ryan Burnett, 14-7 the score. The Blackjacks International, Andrew Kelly, out of the Canterbury club here in Christchurch, leading the Scotsman who plays out of Broadbeach in Australia, 14-7 in this first to 21 men's singles final.
Well, that'll give him some confidence back after dropping to 2, a 1 and a 1, and as Brenton said, could all have but been a 3, except for the very good adventurous drive by Andrew Kelly.
No doubt that was a bit of a momentum shifter. That previous end, I think he took a lot out of that. He was able to cut it from 3 to 1, took the positive move, a slightly risky move, but it worked.
So, of course, Andrew Kelly been runner-up in the singles on a couple of occasions. Just telling his good lady, who is due to give birth to their first child in a matter of weeks, going to get some water for Andrew. Breaks down towards the head now as the Kelly bowl. He's on a good line under the Ryan Burnett bowl, running to the jack, and he sits the jack in the middle. Was a toucher.
That's an exhibition from the Blackjack, Andrew Kelly, and the locals here getting right behind Canterbury-based bowler. Of course, originally out of North Otago, now calls Canterbury his home.
So we'll see Andrew Kelly, well, I'd say safely play on his forehand, depending on how low that bowl is to the jack. He doesn't want to run into it. He can come under that on his forehand, and it's the hand he's playing. And the forehand is the 30-year-old Andrew Kelly, was winner of 2 fours titles, and in fact runner-up as well to Dwayne Cameron in the Hutt Valley a few years back, and did run into the Ryan Burnett bowl, but no damage, still holding the shot.
Ryan Burnett quickly into his work and looking to see if he can pinch the shot off Andrew Kelly. This one looks like it's just going to slide by. Not a bad effort at all, though, from the Scotsman, who comes halfway down the green and then turns around. He doesn't need to look at their situation. He knows what the story is. There's that bowl just to the right of the jack of Andrew Kelly, which is holding shot. You can see that clearly from the mat. There's no doubt about it. Andrew Kelly. Now, with his final bowl of this 14th end, of course, ends are irrelevant. You can play as many as you like. It's all about who gets the 21 first. This one looks on a decent line as it tracks towards the jack as well. Going to run into his shot bowl and make it 2. And that's a toucher as well. Sprayed by the marker, Brent Cameron. And now the drive coming quickly from the Scot, who gets that one out of play and kills the end. So we will replay it again once more. I don't think we're going to bother playing the same end. The bowls are all down there, so we'll just play back towards our commentary position end from the Papanui Club end of the green here. And what was turning into a pretty good end is killed by the Scot Ryan Burnett.
Yeah, well, we always, once that last bowl of Andrew Kelly sat in there, it was always going to see the attack, of course, from Ryan Burnett. Of course, he could have gone through the gap, but not to be. But the good thing is, though, Brendan, as far as Andrew Kelly is concerned, is his drawing is consistent, and that's got to give him confidence in his play, because he is drawing very, very well, and that's his strength. And you just got to hang in there, don't get put off when things go amiss or something goes haywire. You just keep to your draw, back your confidence on your draw, which he's doing, and playing very, very well actually on the draw. Watch his first bowl, not quite get back to the centre line, but sit, just lower the jack. And would certainly be a great outcome for this event, or for Andrew Kelly, would be walk away with that. Any shadow of doubt is the player of the tournament prize. I'm not sure whether it's men and women get one each, I don't know, but would certainly be Andrew Kelly. He must be careful here not to get the back of the jack and take it. It's not really the shot he wanted to play, and he knows that as well. He was a bit quick on it with the draw, but still held on to it after the jack. So Caitlin Inch will definitely be the women's player of the tournament, with winning 2 titles, and Andrew Kelly would be the men's.
Unanimous, both of them.
Yeah.
There's obviously no doubt with Caitlin Inch, because she can't have done anything more than win the 2 national titles. And even if Andrew Kelly is a beaten finalist, he is certainly the supreme men's player. There's no doubt about that. Making 2 finals is incredibly difficult, and to come home with a title and a silver medal be a great return from the Blackjack International, and he desperately wants this national singles crown as well.
Certainly does. This is something he's been chasing for a while, and he's not there, of course, yet, but he's certainly drawing with confidence. And we know Ryan Burnett is more than capable of drawing his way out of this. We've seen, as he's about to do, as he get past and draw the shot. No, it's not, just pulls up slightly short of the jack line. So will still be Andrew Kelly holding the shot as he plays now on his backhand, playing up towards the commentary position, leading 14-7 in the race to 21. And we'll see this bowl break towards the head in but a moment. And here it comes now. Going to rest on his own. Is he going to go past? Just go past. He'll be happy with that. Goes right to the end. It doesn't go in the ditch, but certainly was a wee bit of weight on, holding the shot. Ryan Burnett in the backward walk, surveying the scene. What do I play here? But whatever it'll be pretty quick after he gets on the mat. Won't be mucking around, he'll be onto the mat, and it'll be away. There it is on his backhand, with Andrew Kelly holding the shot. Watch it now breaking down towards the head. Is it going to go past on the weight and get a touch? Got a touch, but not in towards the head. So it'll be Andrew Kelly scoring again.
A bit of a chat going on with the marker, Brent Cameron as well, but
was 2.
Confirmed 2 for Andrew Kelly, so he gets another step closer to this men's singles title, now leading Ryan Burnett of Scotland 16-7 in this first 221 men's singles final, of course, here at the Papanui Club in Christchurch. Beautiful weather for bowls today. Slightly chilly start, but it's turned into a very pleasant day. Great contrast from yesterday when they're testing weather conditions for the players and the officials as well. But it certainly hasn't been anything like that today, and it's been about the best bowler winning, who plays the best shots, and that's all we could ask for when it gets to a business end of a competition.
So Andrew Kelly opens again with his first bowl. The big thing is, Brendan, is that virtually 90% of his bowls are playing within that metre. And if they're doing that, they become effective bowls all the time. And that's what he's doing. And if he continues that performance, he'll certainly put himself in a strong position as he plays now on his backhand. Does Andrew Kelly, leading 16-7, 16-7, trying to get down to the Ryan Burnett bowl. He's on a good line to get inside to the shot bowl of Burnett's, and he does, and pushes the bowl out, and we'll see what the marker has to say or doesn't say. But it looks like the shot to me.
Brent Cameron, the marker, doesn't like giving much away. Maybe he'll give us an indication after this one. He reaches into his pocket. He's getting his lollipops ready.
As the Ryan Burnett bowl will just go by. And
two to Andrew Kelly.
Kelly. This is getting sensibly now, going to the forehand side to get down to that blue bowl. If he sits inside the blue bowl, that will still count, but gives some cover as well. That's where it's heading for. How's the weight? Just about perfect to where he wants to be. And it is. That's where you need it to be. And it counts.
Now all the pressure.
On the drive for the jack is Burnett. Trying to go to the white. And he goes through the hole. Misses everything.
Oh, how has he missed there? He was convinced he had the jack there going into the ditch.
So what do you do here, Brendan, if you're Andrew Kelly? Do you play one to the back, or do you try and draw another one to make 4 and go to 20?
I think you've got to put one down the back. You're not going to match point.
I agree.
Yeah, got to have one as cover, because I think if you're trying to add another one, all you're doing is adding to the target as well.
You're building up the target, and we know what shot that Ryan Burnett is going to play. So here is now Andrew Kelly on the forehand. And
doing just that, I think, playing towards the back.
He's sensibly gone to the back, so jack in the ditch now would still see, depending where the bowler Ryan Burnett goes. But the most he could drop is 1 if he gets that jack clean, but 3 lovely bowls by the Canterbury player, the 30-year-old. And here's Burnett now quickly into his work, playing now with straight away the Kelly scenario with the bowl he played. Cut that shot off, and the bowl's going to hang out. They're well played. Andrew Kelly is going to go past.
Now through the gap, I think.
Does,
it is
it's through the gap.
Ryan Burnett, so that should be 3 to Andrew Kelly. It is. The markers go up from Brent Cameron. So 19-7. Andrew Kelly, originally out of North Otago, now based in Christchurch, playing out of the Canterbury club, leading Ryan Burnett, the Scot who plays out of Broadbeach in Australia, 19-7 now, 2 away. Andrew Kelly from a maiden national singles title here at the Papanui Club in Christchurch.
Well, full marks to Andrew Kelly, the way Harry played that end, got the bowls around the head, rested out on the blue bowl at the back to make sure he had the other hand covered and the bowl counted, and then went to the back, which nullified the drive into the ditch scenario, and all of a sudden he's gone from, in 2 ends, he's in 3 ends, 10-7 to 19-7. A 4, a 2 and a 3. And that's all about consistency of the draw. As he draws his first bowl, does Kelly right alongside the jack again.
And the end before the 4, he was 3 down playing the last.
Correct.
Played an aggressive shot, cut it to just the 1, And from that moment on, he has been dominant.
Very impressive today is Andrew Kelly, the 30-year-old. About to be a first-time new dad very soon. Another good ball here from Kelly. This is tremendous draw playing by the young fella. Going to sit right in behind the jack. Burnett will drive early, that's for sure. There's no sense in trying to draw there. And he's not going to. He's on the bang straight away. Andrew Kelly holding two. On the drive is Ryan Burnett trying to get the jack. Got the gap. Got that gap.
It looked good out of the hand. It looked online, but got the gap. As given a clemency between those two Andrew Kelly bowls on screen. The white bowls of the blackjack. And Kelly now with his third. He knows the intentions of Ryan Burnett. He was thinking, maybe could I get a bit of a blocker?
Oh, this is magnificent play by Kelly. This is superb. I know it's going to get hit, but it's still superb play by Andrew Kelly as we watch this bowler Ryan Burnett. And now he's got a problem. Now, Ryan Burnett certainly hit the target, but he's now got a bigger problem because there's acres of room now for Andrew Kelly to, a metre at least, and he's going to get, leaves little options for only two bowls left on the ring, isn't there? There is only the two. And one, of course, is Andrew Kelly's locked right on the jack. So here comes the Andrew Kelly, his last bowl. 19-7, holding the shot.
He turned his back on that one. Not happy with that one. That's not going to get him to match point.
So here's Burnett again on the drive. Goes past, got his own game, set and match.
That's it, 21-7. Andrew Kelly of Canterbury is the national singles champion, and the crowd here, the local crowd, absolutely love that. He has beaten the Scot, Ryan Burnett, 21-7. And Andrew Kelly, having won twice in the fours, a runner-up earlier today in the pairs, is now the national men's singles champion. Take it away, Kevin Hickler.
Well, 10-7 was the score. In fact, 10-7, Kelly was leading, and then we saw what I regard as a superb effort, absolutely masterclass of drawing with a 4, a 2, a 3, and a 2. And to me, the 3 that took him to 19 was the big telling point. Just drew magnificently at Andrew Kelly, and Brenton and I have watched him in his singles matches. We saw him play Ali Forsyth yesterday, and he played superbly in that game. And he's had a full deck of cards in the amount of games that he's had to play, has Andrew Kelly. But he's certainly today proven to be a worthy New Zealand singles title holder. And I would imagine, we can't say what will definitely happen, but boy, if that's not a good enough performance to make sure that you've got a spot in the New Zealand side for the Trans-Tasman and most likely the World Championships in May, June, then I'll sing Dixie, because that's one of the best performances we've seen for a long time, that performance of Andrew Kelly's in winning the singles. Of course, runner-up to Shannon McElroy 2 years ago in Dunedin, but today we saw Andrew Kelly just magnificent in his performance. His draw play right throughout the event has been outstanding, and congratulations to Andrew Kelly. As I pass you to Brendan van Nistelrooy, who will now talk with our new Summerset National Singles Champion, Andrew Kelly from Canterbury.
It has been a busy couple of days for Andrew Kelly in both the pairs and the singles. Runner-up earlier today in the pairs, but finally you are a national singles champion, a runner-up here before. How does this feel?
Oh, fantastic. It's been a hell of a week for me. So, to cap it off with the win in the singles, I'm just, chuffed.
Are you tired? Played 4 times yesterday, 3 times already today.
Oh, look, I think adrenaline goes a long way to getting you through these sort of things. I mean, I'd much rather be in the position of being tired and still playing than not playing. So, yeah, look, I'm not tired at the moment, but I'm sure at the end of the day I will be. Yeah.
You finished in style of those closing ends. How big a turning point was it when you were 3-1, 3 down on the head? You played that drive, cut it to 1. From that moment on, Ryan didn't get a look at.
Yeah, even the end before 2 down and I've killed it. Yeah, it's those little moments. Peter Bellis talks a lot about winning those key moments in games, and I think, yeah, if I had missed those, it could have been, yeah, the other way around. But certainly, yeah, it's something you try and get on top of in any game is winning those key moments. So yeah, look, just happy to come out on the right side of the ledger for those ones.
Well, you mentioned Peter Bellis. Of course, he's amongst the coaching group for the Blackjacks. That will hopefully be your next task. Could you have done anything more for the selectors, you think? A national title in the singles, a runner-up in the pairs?
Well, I guess could have won the pairs as well. That would have been obviously one step further. But look, I think I've given myself every opportunity. So yeah, hopefully get a call tomorrow. Yeah, see how things go.
And you got a new arrival coming soon as well. Are you going to be able to squeeze that in?
Yeah, so I got a little girl due 27th of January. So what's that, about 19 days I think it is. But obviously they don't always stick to a schedule. So yeah, have to play that one by ear.
Well, congratulations once again on a fantastic achievement. National Singles Champion for 2020.
Awesome, thank you very much. Cheers.
It's Andrew Kelly. A fantastic performance from Andrew Kelly today. Runner-up in the pairs earlier on, and now champion in the singles, defeating Ryan Burnett of Scotland 21-7. That's it from the able-bodied, but we still have one more match to come for you from the Summerset National Singles and Pairs. A disabled match to come later on this afternoon, so stay with us as we bring you more coverage from the Papanui Club in Christchurch.